It's always good to start your morning out with some East EDM. What is up? What is up? Good morning. What is up? Okay, I gotta stop. It's 9 a.m. It's way too early for this. What is up? Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, what? Okay, I gotta stop dancing to Isan EDM at 9 a.m. Getting way too lit here this early in the morning. Good morning, Ken. Ken, why are you not getting notified? What's going on, bro? Charlie, I'm glad you got your safety fifth shirt. That is a good one. That is a good one. YouTube content creators are lying to me. Am I lying to you? I'm lying to you about them lying to you. That was just clickbait. I'm joking. Sometimes some important information is left out. Today we're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about cost of living. The past few live streams we have talked about, car stuff. And the great thing about the CB Live channel is I talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about on this channel. One day we might be talking about cars. One day we might be talking about Thailand. One day we might be talking about Poland. One day we might be talking about YouTube. The point of this channel is for me just to talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about. And you guys can listen or not. Yeah. So Andy Bush says, I live in Thailand. It really ain't that cheap here if you actually want a life. And Andy, that is exactly what we're talking about today. 100%. 100%. We'll get into today's subject very soon, but Andy kind of hit the nail on the head right there. It can be cheap if you're willing to just exist and not actually live a life that you want to live. But we'll get into all that very soon. Yeah. We'll get into all of that very soon. Kick on the AC up in this thing. See, I turn on my AC because I'm okay paying my electric bill. It is what it is. 10 p.m. in ATL. Man, okay. Yeah, man. One of the great things about being back here in Thailand is being able to do these live streams at a really proper hour for the majority of my audience. I do have a lot of Australian and British subscribers, but the vast majority of my audience is American, and the vast majority of people that watch live streams or YouTube content, most of them kind of do it like while they're eating dinner or they're just hanging out at night, kind of chilled out. And for me, it's easiest for me to do these live streams in the morning. Once I'm kind of getting going, check my emails, get some basic work done for the first hour or so, and then just jump on a live stream. And it seems like it's the perfect timing for me, and it's the perfect timing for you guys. Big Moto CH, now you live in Thailand. I do live in Thailand. I've pretty much kind of lived in Thailand. People often ask me, how long have you lived in Thailand? It's very hard to say how long I've actually lived in Thailand because around like 2015-ish, I started coming to Thailand and I slowly started spending more and more time in Thailand and less time in the US. So it was like around like 2015, I was spending maybe 25% of my time in Thailand. And by like 2017, I was spending like 50% of my time in Thailand. And then by 2019, I was spending 100% of my time in Thailand. So it was like a slow move. Really like 2019 was when I officially got rid of my my townhouse in the US, and I no longer had a place to stay in the US. But even before then, I was spending more than 50% of my time in Thailand. So I don't know. It was kind of weird. It was a slow transition. It happens. Next thing you know, you're like, oh crap, I live in Thailand. When the hell did that happen? Oh, okay. This was the One Take channel. Somebody was asking about my the One Take channel. This was the One Take channel. I renamed it as CB Live. I do want to restart the One Takes. That is on my to-do list. Um, I do want to restart the One Takes. But the thing about YouTube channels is it's very, very important to be consistent. And if you can't be consistent, um, there's no real point of doing it unless you're just doing it for fun. Uh, the point of me having a secondary channel was to supplement my main channel. So you have your main CB channel, which is exciting, fun, weird car culture and motorsports. And I wanted a second channel to supplement that channel, not only from a monetary standpoint, but do something that was just different than what my second channel was. But the problem is the One Takes. I end up filming like car shows and stuff at the One Takes. So the content on the One Take channel end up being the same content that was on the CB Media main channel. It just was done in one take and not edited. So it ended up being kind of very similar content. I wanted something that the content was different. So this is I'm really happy with the way this is going. I don't expect the CB Live channel to grow as quickly or to be as big as the CB Media main channel, but I'm just enjoying jumping on live streams and chatting with you guys and hanging out and talking about cars, talking about Thailand, talking about travel, talking about again whatever the hell I want to talk about on this channel. I'm really enjoying it. Um, I don't think it's going to be something that makes thousands of dollars a month. I don't think it's something that's going to get major sponsorships or anything like that. But yeah, I just enjoy hanging out with you guys. So yeah, it's I'm liking it. I don't need these in currently. I had them in because I was listening to um Isan EDM. Yeah. Latest update on cream pie is no update. Besides, I think I mentioned this yesterday. Just waiting on parts, man. Yeah, strictly just waiting on parts. There's nothing we can do currently besides just hang out and wait on parts. Pretty much have all the body panels. Besides the body panels, already ordered the suspension stuff, control arms, steering rack. They're in the process of doing other body work as far as straightening out the fender well because the fender well was dented with the coilover snapped in half. It basically slammed the wheel into the inside the fender well. Fixing that. Yeah, man. Just no rush. Just as long as the car's back up and rocking by, Octoberish, you know, it is what it is, man. It sucks. But yeah. So how's life? What's going on? Day DA9J. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. BMW parts, mostly like just through like surprisingly, there are a lot of BMW E30 parts here. As far as like body parts and stuff like that. There's a lot of companies that make replica parts. So they've just scanned OE parts and then they make replica bumpers and fenders and stuff like that. We got a used fender. For used fender was like $100. Front bumper is going to be a replica of the OE bumper. But there's so many companies here that make that have molds and just make replica body panels. So cream pie is in Bangkok. So you can go to yeah, Ken, exactly. Yeah, Forza GT. So it's like the arguably the best restoration and modification shop in Thailand is taking care of is taking care of cream pie. So you go to the main channel and check out the update video there. You can see a tour of the shop and the cars that they have at the shop and kind of see what's going on. We headquarters in Lat Prow when we visit. Isn't there a speed shop complex there with a restaurant? Pretty much I would say a good more than 50% of Bangkok's automotive shops, restoration shops, like eh, pretty much everything as far as like Bangkok car culture is based in Lat Prow. Yeah, there's a ton. Yeah, there's so much stuff in Lat Prow. There was a really good one. My favorite was Blue Moon 25G, but I think they closed the restaurant. I don't know if they've reopened it or not. When I was there last time, they had closed the restaurant, which sucks because they had really great live music and really good food. But there's one right across the street. I can't remember the name of it. They hold multiple car meets there, and they have a restaurant and bar there as well. Yeah, there's a lot going on in Lat Prow. Like, as far as, like, my Thai car friends, 75% of them live in Lat Phrao. Yeah. It's a good area of Bangkok to be in. What's up, Rob? Rob's in Wisconsin and is building an LS V8 RAV4. Very cool. I like those RAV4s. It looked like you already had the window in the hood when the accident happened. No, we took my old hood, the one that's been on the car ever since I've owned it, and just cut a hole in the hood. There was no like glass. The problem is that that plenum sticks through the hood, sticks through that hole. So you would have to mold a piece of glass that has like a hump in it to clear the intake plenum that houses the ITBs. So yeah, Charlie. Yeah, I don't think YouTube would. I don't think YouTube would appreciate that. It's definitely pushing the luck. Doorway, that is one thing that is significantly less expensive here in Thailand than the US. So today's subject is going to be we're going to be talking about Thailand is not as cheap as a lot of people say it is, but also it is as cheap as a lot of people say it is, and sometimes it's even cheaper. Sometimes some things will shock people. Wayne says, any thoughts on better tires for wet surfaces? No way. Straight back to R triple eights. Straight back to R triple eight Rs. I don't drive that car in the rain. A lot of people have said put better tires on it for the rain. I don't drive the car in the rain. It wasn't raining and I went, "Oh, I'm going to go for a drive." No, I never drive that car. I've driven that car in the rain maybe 5 times in 2 years. Um and if and it's only because I get caught in the rain. And normally when I get caught in the rain, I pull over and I wait for it to stop raining. And that's what happened this time. Um, but just as I was getting back, but I'd waited for 2 hours for it to stop raining. Um, there's been times before I get caught in big rainstorms. I just call a tow truck. That's what I should have done. That's what I should have done in Bangkok last time I drove the car when I wrecked it. I should have just called a tow truck, but I didn't. But that has happened before where I get caught in a big rainstorm and it rains for like an hour and I go, screw this. And I will literally just call a tow truck and they will put the car on the back of a tow truck. I will get in the tow truck with them and I will have them drive me home. No, that car needs our triple eight Rs. That car needs our triple eight Rs. It's such a lightweight V8 E30. It needs good tires. Yeah, so straight back to our triple eights. I don't drive the car. Yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Exactly. I know. Yeah, I don't drive the car in the rain. Um, You know, it's happened before. I get caught in a rainstorm and I wait it out or call a tow truck. And I didn't do that because, well, I'm a dumbass. Good morning, Mark. What is up? What is up? That's another thing. Tow trucks. That is why if I get caught in a rainstorm, I can call a tow truck. Because if you're somewhere, if you're in the US, and let's say you need someone to tow your car and you need to go from, I think they have AAA out here, Mark. But see, here's the thing. The subject to today's live stream is about the cost of things here versus back home in the US, UK, Australia. So where you're currently at, guys, if you need a car towed from A to B, and from A to B, it's a 1 hour tow. It's 1 hour for them to come pick your car up, load your car up, and drive it from A to B, and it's a 1 hour tow. What will it cost where you're currently at? Please let me know. Like, what would that cost for you guys? Yeah, they normally do by miles. I know 1 to 3 hours for 1 hour would be a minimum of 260. I know they do it by miles, but I'm just saying. $200. 300 bucks. So to tow 300 bucks, yeah. So to tow a car from A to B here on a slide truck, including tolls and everything, you're going to pay about you're going to pay about 100 US dollars. So 1/3 of the cost of what it would cost back in the US. Yeah. So about 1/3 of what it would cost back in the US. Now, for labor for working on a car, a normal if you have a daily driver, like a Honda Accord, and you take your Honda Accord or whatever to a shop to get the alternator replaced or whatever. In the US, normal shop rates these days are 80 to 100 bucks. Here, for a normal car, we're not talking about a performance car, we're not talking about a race car. Normal rate for a mechanic at a good shop here is about 15 US dollars. 15, 1 5, 15 US dollars for a mechanic to work on your car. So what is that? 1/8 the cost. Simple stuff. Simple stuff. What What is a Gatorade cost at a what would this cost in the US these days? $2? $2 for a Gatorade? This here at the 7-Eleven, this Gatorade is 70 cents. 70 cents. In the US, this has to be $2. Shop rates are 100 to 115 in the US. Yeah. Here, $15. $15. This vitamin C. So, right, something like this in the US, probably $2, right? This is probably $2 in the US. Little vitamin C energy drink thing. This here is 15 baht. 15 baht. What, I don't even know what the hell. 15 baht is nothing, bro. What is 15 baht? I don't even know. Like, it's such a little amount of money. 40 cents. 40 cents. 40 cents for a little. A water at 7-Eleven is $1. Okay. This this at 7-Eleven, this bottle of water is 40 cents for a big bottle of mineral water. This isn't the cheap water. This is like the good water. And it's 40 cents. So there's lots of things here that are extremely cheap. My beautiful beachfront condo here is $490 a month. $490 a month for my beautiful beachfront condo in Pattaya. So there's lots of things here that are very, very cheap. But lots of things are also kind of expensive. You know, we've talked about this on this channel for years, the price of cars, the price of, something as simple as a brand new GT86. If you want a fun sports car, a brand new GT86 here is, $80,000. A brand new Mustang GT is $150,000. A brand new BMW M3 is $300,000. So it's one of those things that some things here are extremely cheap. A good condo is cheap, Gatorade, mechanics to work on your car, getting a nice massage. I mean, bro, I would never, I've never in my life, never in my life have I ever had a massage till I came to Thailand. Bro, I can't afford to pay somebody $200 for a massage. That's insane. Literally, the first time I ever got a massage in my life was when I was like 32. I got my first massage ever in Thailand. So, it's one of those things. It's there's lots of things that are extremely cheap here. But there's also lots of things that are very expensive that a lot of people don't that a lot of people don't tell you about, you know? Last night, I went out to have dinner. I had Thai food and I had one whiskey and Coke. And my tab was like 10 US dollars. And a lot of people on YouTube will tell you you can go out and have Thai food and it's $3. And while $10 for dinner, including a whiskey and Coke, I mean, let's be real. In the US, if you go out to a restaurant and you get a whiskey and Coke, that whiskey and Coke's probably $10, isn't it? To be fair. Massage here is $60 just to walk in the door. I don't, I never got a massage in my life until I came to Thailand because I was never in the position to pay the amount of money for that type of luxury. Like, it just always seemed insane to me. I mean, I was told if you go get an hour-long massage in the US these days, it's like 150 to $200. Where here, an hour-long massage is 300 baht, $8 plus tip. You're gonna be in 10, 12 bucks for an hour-long massage. I can pay 10 or 12 bucks for an hour-long massage. But in the US, 200 bucks? Nah, bro. I can't do that. I can't do it. Gatorade is $5 here in Australia. I believe it. Okay, but going back to my dinner, a lot of YouTubers will tell you that a lot of YouTubers will tell you that you can eat dinner here in Thailand for, $2, $2 to $3. You're going to eat dinner. And you can get a meal here for $2 to $3. I eat lunch. I get a simple Thai meal for lunch every single day, and it is $2 to $3. We're talking about pad krapao, fried rice chicken with an egg, some type of simple Thai meal with like a Sprite or like a Coke Zero or something, and it comes out to about $3. The one thing that you have to understand is those meals, while delicious and pretty healthy, they're also the portion sizes are for Thai people. It's not a big portion size. So, when you go out to have dinner and you're hungry, you end up ordering multiple of these plates. And so last night I had chicken cashew nut, a plate of rice, and a whiskey and Coke Zero. And my tab was 300 baht, which is like $8, $8.50, $8.50, $9. So my point of this is while it is significantly cheaper than the US, again, if you just get a whiskey and Coke, you're probably going to pay $8, $9 for just a whiskey and Coke. I paid $8 or $9 for a whiskey and Coke and chicken cashew nut and a plate of rice. But when a lot of people tell you you can go have dinner for $2 to $3, it's just not the reality because most of us, it's just not going to fill you up. It's just not going to fill you up. It's the serving sizes here are very small. Yeah, $1. Yeah, about 36 baht. Mark says I got a foot massage daily there. Yeah. I mean, I have plenty of friends that come here and while they're here, they literally get a massage every day. I normally get 1 to 2 a week. I normally get 1 to 2 massages per week. I go with the back and shoulder massage. I love when they take the elbows and they get in the back and they like work out all those like knots in your back from just like stress and stuff. Oh man, dude, it hurts so good. Russell asked, "Do I pay with bot or do I pay with plastic?" I pay with bot or I pay with bank transfer. Thailand pretty much almost skipped credit and debit cards because most people here don't want to pay the 3% processing fee. So instead of using debit or credit cards, Thailand, like when you get your bill, when you get your check, there'll be a QR code on the check, and you just open up your Thai bank account and you select the QR code scanner, and you scan the code that is on your check, and it'll automatically pop up the account that you're paying, and then you just put in the amount of your check and hit confirm, and it's bank to bank direct transfer with zero processing fees. So, like some high end restaurants and stores take credit cards, but the vast majority of them don't do credit cards. Like most of the little local places don't do credit cards. It's either cash or bank to bank direct transfer, which is really nice. Like even a lot of places like like right before I left, I went and bought a pair of shoes. I bought a pair of Reeboks. And I was like, I want to pay transfer. And so they have like what looks like a credit card machine, right? But they put in the amount of what you owe for my pair of shoes, and it generates a QR code, and you scan the QR code on the machine, and it automatically pops up into your bank account with the amount of money that you owe for that product. All you do is hit confirm, and then it's the transfer is sent. They get a notification on their side that the payment has been made. The receipt is printed. They hand you the receipt, say thank you, have a good day, and it's done deal. John, yeah. John says I usually have to have a massage within the first few days of getting there to straighten out your back from the flight. Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, man, those back massages, bro, so good, man. So good. But so this is somebody was asking about meat. So somebody was asking about the price of meat. So like this is the thing. In Thailand, you have import duty taxes on meat that is imported in. So a lot of the Thai beef is not good. That's one reason I don't really eat a lot of beef. I eat mostly chicken. Um, Beef here is not good quality. There's not good quality beef here locally. I've been up in Isan. I've ridden motorbikes all around the country. I've seen the cows here. The cows here, bro, they look a little rough. I'll put it. You're like, is that a cow or a goat? I can't tell. Um, so most of the places that are like really good steakhouses or even like very high quality like burger spots, most of their beef is Australian, US, or Japanese beef. And they have import duty taxes on that beef. So they have to factor that into their prices. So when you go get a really good steak here or you go get a really good burger here, it's going to be the same price as back in the US, even though the rent for their store is cheaper, the labor for their employees are cheaper. They don't have to pay all this type of insurance and there's not all this, BS that they have to deal with back home. So their cost of operations is significantly lower, but the price of their ingredients is significantly higher because of the import taxes. So it either evens out and you end up paying the same as you would pay back home, or it's more expensive. And again, this goes back to today's subject. A lot of people are going to tell you when you go out and have dinner in Thailand, it's going to be $2 to $3. Listen, I eat Thai food. I eat Thai food probably 75% of my meals are Thai food. I love Thai food. I love spicy food. It's healthy, it's good for you in most cases. Some of the meals have a little bit too much sugar. Some of the meals have a little bit too much, some meals aren't healthy, but generally, overall speaking, Thai food is a lot more healthy for you than your general American diet. Um, but 25% of the time, I do want a burger. I do want a steak. I do want something other than Thai food. I want Mexican. And when you do go splurge on those type of meals, it's going to cost you the same as what you pay back in the US, if not more. And a lot of people don't talk about this. Even though a bunch of YouTubers will tell you that when you go out to dinner in Thailand, your meal is going to cost you $2 to $3. I spend more on food than I do on my rent. But you have to keep this into perspective. My rent is $480 a month. So if you spend $500 a month eating out lunch and dinner every single day, 30 days a month, it's still not that bad, right? I mean, let's think about it. Yeah, Ken, I need to get a Wise card. I use Wise all the time. I need to get a Wise card. So chicken or seafood? Russell, correct. If you want the best value for your money, chicken, seafood, and pork. Hands down. You know, my attitude on the beef situation is I would rather spoil myself, a couple times a month and get really high quality beef, a really good high quality burger, or maybe a steak once or twice a month than eat shitty beef, multiple times a week. So I pretty much stick to chicken, seafood occasionally. I'm not really a big seafood guy, mostly chicken and pork. And then once or twice a month, I get a really high quality burger or really high quality steak. Expensive rent here is expensive rent here is like a really, really nice condo here, a really, really nice one bedroom, be about $1,000 a month for like super high end luxury. Ken, are you talking about Wise? I mean, for prompt pay, I just do a transfer. But for Wise, I just send money over like once a month. And I also use Wise to pay my rent. But so here's the thing. I was saying that I spend more money on eating out than I do my rent. But if I spend $500 a month eating out, 500 divided by 30, I'm spending $16 a day. I don't even think I'm spending $16 a day. That's not true. I don't spend do I don't even keep up with my budget because it's like it's such a little amount of money. It doesn't. Which is cheaper, Thailand or the Philippines? Thailand, hands down, Thailand. Philippines, it depends on your lifestyle, but if you want a quality lifestyle, if you want to live in a nice place and you want to eat healthy, good food, and you want a quality lifestyle, the Philippines is the most expensive place in Southeast Asia. The Philippines is more expensive than Indonesia. It's more expensive than Cambodia. It's more expensive than Vietnam. It's more expensive than Malaysia. It's more expensive than Laos. It's more expensive than Thailand. The only place that's more expensive in Southeast Asia than the Philippines is Singapore, obviously. If you want a quality life, the Philippines is not cheap because the logistics of moving things around the Philippines, because it's just a giant group of islands, the logistics and cost of moving that stuff around is it's a nightmare. So that comes with a cost. JM, yeah, cabbages and condoms is great. Great restaurant. Uh Ken, for Wise, I have my landlord's I have the owner of my condo, I have their bank information saved in my Wise account. So once a month, I just send them rent from my US account to their Thai account, and I just use Wise to do that. Um, Japan is definitely more expensive than the Philippines. Um, Japan currently, because of their exchange rate, if you're an American, Japan is probably pretty close to the same cost as the Philippines currently. Honestly, again, if you want to live a really nice life, if you're okay living in a crappy little tiny condo in the middle of nowhere and eating really crappy food and not going out a lot and just living a very, very simple life, the Philippines is cheap. But but here's the thing. living in the Philippines, living simple and cheap in the Philippines is also living very low quality. You can get a simple, cheap condo in Thailand for $200 a month, and it's still a pretty decent condo. You can eat pad kerpow for $2, and it's still pretty healthy and pretty delicious. In the Philippines, the apartment that you get for $200 a month is a total shithole. And the food that you eat for $2 is going to make you shit your brains out. So in the Philippines, you end up spending more money to level up everything because the budget options are so bad. Here in Thailand and in Cambodia and Vietnam and Malaysia, the budget options are pretty good. Like you get a lot of value for what you're spending. But on the in the Philippines, that's just not the case. Like it's just not the case. What's up, Josh? Udon is great. T&W living in Udon Thani, Thailand. Udon Thani is fantastic. Man, it's so incredibly cheap. You want to talk about living cheap? You go to Udon Thani, you would be shocked at what kind of condo you can get up there for $200 a month. Like, I could move to Udon Thani and I could live on $1,000 a month and have a really great life on a thousand to $1,200 a month. You have a great life in Udon Thani. Currently I'm spending about $2,000 a month. But udon is so cheap. It's crazy how cheap it is up there. 121 in the chat. Very nice. Glad to have you guys here. Yeah, but go buy a new Mustang GT. That's $150,000. So Mark said, "Would I have fun there?" Are you talking about Udon? Udon, it has a little bit of nightlife, but really, there's a massive expat community in Udon Thani. Massive expat community up there. One of the biggest in Thailand. But the expat community in Udon Thani, it's a very specific type of expat. It is it's a foreigner. It's an expat that is married or has been dating a Thai girl for a very long period of time, and they have moved to Udon Thani because that is where she's from, and that is where her family's from. And if you don't know, many times if you end up in a very long-term relationship with a Thai girl, if you're with her for years at a time, whether you're married or not, she is lots of times, not all, but many of them will request to be near their family because they're very family oriented. Like I live, on the other side of the world from my family, unfortunately, but for them, it's a big priority to be near their family. And a lot of girls that are in Pattaya or Bangkok, a lot of people leave that area of Thailand, Udon Thani and Isan, and they come to the larger cities for opportunities for work. Some of them are bar girls, but many of them work at malls. Many of them work at hotels. Many of them work at massage shops. Just anything and everything. They come here for opportunities to get work. And if they end up meeting a foreigner and they fall in love and they've been together for years, they get married or whatever, they end up moving to Udon, where they live so they can be near her family. So there's a certain type of expat that lives in Udon. Um, yeah, I'm sure T&W living in Udon Thani, Thailand. I'm sure he can probably confirm. I'm sure he is married to a Thai woman or has been dating a Thai woman for many years, and he lives in Udon Thani because that's where her family's from. So it's a very specific type of expat that lives there, but there is a very, very large expat community in Udon Thani. I haven't been in Thailand yet, but Philippines and Japan frequently. I guess I need to check it out. Thanks, Chad. Yeah, of course, man. Yeah, you're welcome. Um, dude, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the Philippines. I go to the Philippines all the time, all the time. I go to the Philippines at least 2 or 3 times a year. I rented an Airbnb in Cebu, IT Park, for a month recently, and I stayed there for a month. I've been to Manila twice in the past 6 months. So I go to the Philippines all the time. I like the Philippines. I mean, strictly because the people there are so nice and so awesome. Everybody speaks English. The visas are easy. There's lots of positives about the Philippines. But if you're living there long term, and again, if you want a quality life, it's expensive, dude. It's just expensive. Married 30 plus. 30 plus years? TNW living in Udon married 30 plus. Wow. Exactly. It's cream pie, not cream pie. And we're making progress. All body panels have been purchased and delivered. All suspension components have been purchased. We're waiting on delivery for suspension components, except except for the coilovers. Still waiting on the coilovers. Cheers for beers. Do you worry about the potential dramatic USD Thai baht exchange rate swings? And do you try to hedge by keeping a decent chunk of your savings in Thai baht and not just USD? Good question. Um, so, man, it's kind of like just dollar cost averaging. It's like DCAing. I send, like $2,000 a month over, you know, like to live on. And, 1 month it might be up, 1 month it might be down. And you just really can't sweat it too much. When I bought cream pie, the exchange rate was terrible. Like terrible. If I would have bought cream pie today instead of a couple years ago, I would have saved like 4,000 US dollars because of the exchange rate. Literally, it would have been like a 4,000 US dollar difference if I would have bought cream pie now compared to when I bought it. Because when I bought it, the exchange rate was terrible. It was the worst that I had seen since, coming to Thailand for 6 or 7 years. But it's one of those things that I mean, you have no control over it. So it's like, you try not to worry about it too much. And things here, once you figure things out, it's so cheap anyway that, if you end up a couple percentages here and there, you just kind of suck it up, you know? I mean, I pay $480 a month for my condo. So it's like, if the exchange rate this month is a little worse than last month, it is what it is. But as far as my savings go, yeah, I mean, I'm very diversified. I have US dollar. I have, but that said, like, there's been a couple times where the exchange rate was really, really good, like really, really good. And I just said, screw it. I'm going to send like 10 grand over, right? I'm just going to send like 10 grand over, right? Because the exchange rate's so great. I'm just going to send a big, big chunk into my Thai bank account and, you know, and just, it is what it is. But you don't want to have a large amount of money in your Thai bank account because I don't have that much faith in the Thai banking system compared to the US banking system and the Thai economy compared to the US economy. But yeah, I mean, I have US dollar. Uh, as far as how I'm diversified, I probably have a good chunk in US dollar, a good chunk in cars, like money sitting in cars, a good chunk in crypto, and then also I have a little bit sitting in my Thai bank account. But it's kind of like DCAing, you kind of, I mean, it's 1 month it'll be good, 1 month it'll be bad, and what do you do, you know? I probably missed some good questions because I gave a yeah, T&W living in Udon Thani said, "Yep." So see, he's been married 30 years. Lives in Udon Thani. He's been married 30 years, bro. That's crazy. 30 years, married 30 years. That's wild. So yeah, that's my point. There's a big expat community there, but it's a very specific type of expat. Just like it's a very specific type of expat that lives in Soy Bacow. There's a very specific type of expat that lives in Udon Thani. Yeah, medical here is very cheap. Medical, dental, any type of like doctor stuff here is very, very cheap. I have basic travel insurance, but medical here is so cheap that if you need something done, most of the time I just pay out of pocket. It's extremely cheap. Like it's crazy. Like if you need to go to the doctor, I think so last time I went to the doctor, I had like some weird thing going on in my ear. I was flying back from I think it was the Philippines, and I guess because I was in the air, I had like a bunch of earwax like in my ear, like my ear was clogged up and it was very weird. I went to the doctor. I went and visited an ear doctor, a very, you know, uh, somebody that specializes in ears. I can't remember what the hell they're called. But anyway, I saw the doctor and they ended up cleaning out my ear. And it was, I think it was like, I think it was like 20 US dollars, 20, 20 US dollars to walk into a doctor's office, see a doctor, and go, hey, there's something going on with my ear. And then they cleaned out both my ears and it was 20 US dollars. So it's so cheap. It's so cheap that it just like, you know, unless something really major happens to you, you have a serious medical issue. Um, yeah. I mean, you just pay out of pocket for most stuff. John, correct. Exchange rates always fluctuate wildly. You just have to deal with it. It doesn't fluctuate that wild. But yeah, you just have to deal with it, man. Yeah. Scott said crypto last week would have been a nail biter. Man, you guys have no idea. Like, dude, I was buying Bitcoin at $400. But funny story, when I came to Thailand for the first time, when I was coming to Thailand for the first time, I wanted to have a big amount of money in my bank account. So I would have like a cushion because I never really traveled and I was just worried about, worry about traveling, worry about if something happened. I was very nervous. I never really traveled outside the US. So I think it was the end of 2015. I wanted to have a big savings account, as much money as I could in my bank account, just in case something went wrong. So I sold all six of my Bitcoin at $600 a piece. So I had six Bitcoin, and I sold them at $600 a piece. So yeah, quality of healthcare here, just Mike, is world class. Not just decent, world class healthcare in Thailand. World class. Google medical tourism Thailand and look at what comes up. Like literally world class healthcare here at 1/20th of the cost. Norway is in the house. What is up? What is up? Everybody's like, ouch. It's okay. It's when I came when I went back and visited the US, like it was so funny when I sold all six of my Bitcoin at $600 a piece. I just completely ignored crypto, didn't pay attention to it. I was traveling around and stuff, and I was on my way to go back to Atlanta to visit my family, and I made a stopover in Dubai, and I was eating lunch with my buddy in Dubai, and he goes, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "What?" And he goes, Bitcoin just hit $5,000. And I went, but what, what, what? Bitcoin just hit $5,000. And he's like, yeah. I was like, I just sold 6 of them for $600 a piece. He was like, you did what? But then it crashed down to like 2,500, and I bought a bunch then, and you know I did okay in crypto in like the 20, what was it, the 2019, no, 2017 bull run. Yeah. So you win some, you lose some. Yeah. Chicago's in the house. What is up? What is up? Oh, GM says he talked to a Farang on the BTS, and he said he sold hundreds of Bitcoin at $100 a piece. Yeah, man. Everybody, when you talk about crypto, everybody's like, man, I wish I would have known about Bitcoin in 2008. But if you would have bought Bitcoin in 2008 for fucking $10, you would have sold it all at $20, you know? So it is, it is what it is. Does Thailand have pump E85? We have E20, 91, 93, and 95. So I run 95 in my cars. Pineapple, yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I got US savings, I got crypto, and I got cars. So ATL in the house. What's up? What part of Atlanta you in, bro? John says he has cash, gold, silver, crypto. I got cash, cars, crypto. I got quite a bit of money in cars. Hopefully, uh, I never need to sell the cars to cash out, but I do have money in cars. Good morning. What's up, JP? Good morning. Picked up waffle day before yesterday, Ken. Had to get a new alternator, Evo problems. Uh so yeah, I picked waffle up 2 days ago from the shop. Um Drove it back to my condo. Yesterday I took it out for a cruise briefly. But yeah, it's just chilling, man. Just parked really. I no need to drive it. No reason to really drive it. What kind of insurance are you talking about, Arthur? You talking about car insurance? Roadrunner, what's up, man? Good morning or good evening for you. Are you talking about health insurance? You talking about car insurance? What are you talking about? Oh, guys. Oh, dude, Joe, it was so cheap. Joe, it was so cheap, bro. Yeah, it was unbelievable how cheap it was. It was like the alternator, the labor, everything. It was like $200. Car insurance. Yeah, you have to have car insurance here, but car insurance here is crazy cheap. I mean, crazy cheap. I mean, we were talking about like $100 a year. If I wanted to import an old exotic car into Thailand, stop. No, not possible. Not possible. They banned the importation of all pre-owned cars into Thailand like 5 or 6 years ago. There's no amount of money that you can pay for import taxes, or you can't pay people off. There's no loopholes, nothing. It's not possible. Even my Thai friends that are worth tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars, that know people in mafia and government and everything like that, they can't get cars in. So, yeah. Do cars like Hondas get stolen in Thailand like the US? No. Generally speaking, people in Thailand don't steal. That is one of the many reasons I love living in Thailand because it is very much a Buddhist-centric country. Vast majority of people here are Buddhist, so they believe in karma and reincarnation. Like, you can just leave like, people don't buy car alarms here. Like, car alarms aren't a thing. Most people don't even lock the doors to their car because people just don't steal. It's a very, very honest country because of their religion. So that's one of the many reasons I love living here. $100 a year. 2022 IS 350. They're asking 575 per 6 months, and that's not really that bad. You must have a good driving record. Yeah, it's seriously like for most cars, like most normal cars, 50 to $100 a year for insurance. It's extremely cheap, but it doesn't cover as much. So, guys, we have 128 people here. Um, a lot of this, live stream has been about budgets, and the cost of living in Thailand, and how it can be cheap and it can be really expensive. And there's and there's a certain condo complex. I remember the first time I came to Bangkok, it was the first time I saw a sign outside of a condo complex that made me go, WTF? WTF? Wait, that condo cost how much? And I've always been curious about this very particular condo project in Bangkok because the price of it was so high compared to other condo buildings in Bangkok. And finally, today, we're going to see what that condo is like. Thanks to a guy named Jet, Jett, Jet. Now, Jet was a presenter on a very, very popular Thai news network on YouTube called The Tiger. The Tiger was originally owned by Tim Newton, and Jet was one of the presenters there. Jet has since left The Tiger, and he runs his own YouTube channel that specializes in condo and property tours. I think he works in the real estate sector now. But how many of you guys have been to Bangkok and you've got off the Nana BTS? Actually, let me show you. Let me show you. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. If you have been to Bangkok, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a very, very specific condo building. Okay, look at this, right? So this is Bangkok, right? We're going to go on a tour, guys. If you've been to Bangkok, let me know if you've seen this condo building. So right here, this is Lower Sukhumvit. Here is the Nana BTS, right? This is the Nana BTS stop. And as soon as you get off the Nana BTS, there's always the sign right here. Other side. This sign right here. That. You see this? So Q House. So Q House is a very popular. Actually lived in Q House. I lived at Q House on Newt, out by the on Newt BTS. Q House is they have multiple condos throughout Bangkok. This particular building is the Q House 1 Succumbent condo complex. And as you can see, the prices for these condos are 30 to 130 million baht. So you're looking about starting about 900,000 US dollars for a condo here. I'm guessing 900,000 US dollars is a studio or small one bedroom, and prices go up to 3.5 million. So it is a very, very, very expensive condo complex for Thailand. And if you've been to Bangkok, I know for a fact, if you've been to Bangkok and you've got off the BTS, this is the exit right here. This is the exit, the entrance exit to the Nana BTS. You walk here, and right here is the entrance to this condo building. Q1 Succumbent. And this sign has been there for years. And I've always wondered, like, just literally, like, the condo next to this, the prices are, for a one bedroom is, 150, $200,000. And it's also very strange that you would have a condo building like this at the Nana BTS. Because, listen, let's be real. Most people that are wealthy, that are long-term expats in Bangkok, do not live next to the Nana BTS. The Nana BTS area is the most touristy, busiest, craziest, most chaotic, most psycho area of Bangkok. You go to the 7-Eleven at 10 p.m. to get some snacks and some drinks. You're going to have ladyboys harassing you. You're going to have Africans trying to sell you Coke. It is chaos there. So I've always wondered, what type of person spends $1 to $3.5 million on a condo and doesn't live in Tongla, doesn't live in Ekamai, doesn't live in Lat Phrao or Bang Na? They choose to buy a condo in the heart of Lower Sukhumvit. To me, it's crazy. But it exists. I've looked on Airbnb. The traffic is terrible. The traffic's absolutely terrible. I've looked on Airbnb before because I've wanted to like see what this condo building looks like. Like I've been fascinated with this condo building for 5-6 years. JM says I've seen that video that Jet did. My thoughts were overpriced. I'd rather buy a place at the Ritz-Carlton if I had to choose. Well, I'm about to watch the video, JM. So you're about to watch it again. Rich mongers? Yeah, I mean, I guess. Yeah, it's just weird to me. It's either rich mongers or it's like Chinese or Korean that just don't know any better. That they're just like, oh, this is a nice place. I'm just going to buy it. And they don't think about the fact that it would be terrible. Living here would be terrible. I would hate it. I would hate to live there. Like the amount of BS you would deal with on a daily basis. I mean, it makes no sense to live there. So anyway, I've been fascinated with this building for a very, very long time. Because again, it was the first building. This is it right here. It was the first time in Thailand that I saw a building like this and I saw the prices and I went, what? Like, holy crap. It was the first time, like, I thought all condos in Bangkok were $100,000. And I was like, this is $3 million condo? So anyway, let's see what this condo is about.
Today we're going to tour a super luxury condo in one of the most convenient locations.
To rent a condo in Bangkok, hit up Jet.
At Nana BTS station, which is where this condo is. And the reason why I want to start here from this bustling station is to walk to where the condo is. So we're gonna do that right now. And I'm walking, and
this is super cool.
Literally.
So some condos in Bangkok, not a lot, but some, have direct access to the BTS SkyTrain system, which is super cool. I think they have to pay a bunch of extra money to have this feature in their condo, where the condo has a direct walkway that goes into the train system. This is worth an insane amount of money if you were living in Bangkok currently. Because currently, it's peak monsoon season. And many days, it will rain for hours at a time without stopping. And if your condo has this feature where you can walk from the condo building directly into the SkyTrain without being exposed to the weather, then you can get all around the city, go to multiple different malls, restaurants, shopping centers, tons of stuff without taking an umbrella and with ever have to being worried about being exposed to the weather. So this is major. There's a few condos that are actually affordable once you get further out, like the Tong Lo area and Ekamai area, where they have this same feature. And this is amazing. If you ever move to Bangkok and you have the opportunity to live in a condo, even if you're just renting, and it has this type of connection from the building directly to the BTS, and you plan on being here during monsoon season, this is major. It's rare to find one of these buildings that has this, but if you can, dude, get it.
0 meters to the BTS. It has a private VIP ramp directly onto the 3rd floor.
Mr. Perfect says, doesn't make sense. If you're that rich, take public transportation. Bro, the last time I was on the BTS, like 1 week ago, I was on the BTS. I was going to get dinner with a friend, and I was taking the BTS SkyTrain back to my Airbnb condo in the old Newt area of Bangkok. As soon as I walk onto the BTS, this Thai guy that's probably in his late 20s, early 30s, looks at me and he goes, "Are you CB Media?" And I go, "Yes, I am." And he goes, "Wow." He's like, "Can I please have a selfie?" So this guy's like taking a selfie with me on the train, and everybody's looking at me like, who the hell is this foreigner? I start talking to the Thai guy, right? And he goes, "Yeah, I have a Technica." And I was like, a Technica? And I was like, what's a Technica, right? And like it didn't click in my head what a Technica was. And so we're talking, and he goes, "Oh, by the way," he was like, "I want to show you a picture of my car." And he pulls out a picture, and he shows me his car, and I instantly remember what a Technica is. A Technica is a brand new limited edition Lamborghini Huracan. So this Thai guy is on the BTS SkyTrain, the public transport, with me, and he's showing me pictures of his matte black Huracan that cost over $1 million in Thailand. So you see some very rich people on the BTS.
Parking lot.
Volume is soft.
With security all the time.
Appreciate it.
I've lived in Bangkok for like 11 years, and I'm gonna tell you that with the mad traffic that can happen, and with the rainy season, which we're in now, this is an absolute godsend during those hectic times. Because
what did I just say?
Avoid all of that and just walk directly straight into the condo. This is, I don't even know how to put a price tag on this. This is a priceless amenity that very, very few condos are able to boast as having. So that is like one of the key selling points of this condo here. And so instead of going into the ramp, because it's kind of echoey for the video, we're actually going to go to the ground level and show you the lobby entrance.
Is volume okay now?
Now, I know that Nana has kind of a reputation as being an entertainment district, and that might not be for everyone. I mean, if that's what's for you, then that's fine. But if it's not for everyone, the fact
I swear
that
I haven't seen this video
right next to the BTS with the ramp means that you can be directly beyond the BTS and go wherever you want. So we're on the main Sukhumvit Green Line BTS, and that way heads east, and this way heads west. So east, only one stop. You're gonna be at.
Look at what's parked in front of the condo. Of course, it's an Alphard. So if you guys don't know what an Alphard is, they're Toyota vans, and they're Toyota vans that aren't meant for you to drive them. They're luxury VIP vans that their purpose of them is for you to be driven in them. It's basically like an Asian limo.
A Seoul intersection, which is
all my rich Thai friends.
Business district.
They have a driver,
stop down,
and they have one of these
You're
vans.
Gonna have M Sphere and M Quartier. Those are high-end shopping malls. If you go on the other side, you've got Pluntit Chitlom, where you're gonna have Wireless Road. That's where all the multinational companies are. Further, you have Central World, Siam Paragon. You can connect from there to the Silom line and then go to Sathorn, which is the financial district. And then further west is the Riverside. So you can see
that it
makes connectivity in this city very convenient.
Good job, Jet.
That being said,
look at
this
the
condo has plenty of parking space. It's got 273 freehold units spread across 40 floors, and it's got 675 parking spots. Sawadee krab. So that means that you don't have to restrict yourself to just your one Ferrari parking in your condo. You can have 270 of parking space. It's got 273 freehold units.
270 units.
Spread across 40 floors, and it's got 675 parking spots.
So it has 3 times the parking spaces as the condos. It has triple the parking spaces as the amount of condos.
Sawadee krab. So that means that you don't have to restrict yourself to just your one Ferrari parking in your condo. You can have a Ferrari and a Lamborghini and a Bentley in different colors parking. In all seriousness, so they've got more than one parking spot allocated for one condo.
The Rolls Royce parked in the charge here. Is this Rolls Royce? Wait, is this the new Rolls Royce that's an EV? Guys. Is that the... Yes, Jet used to do news for the Tiger, correct.
And it's conventional fixed
I've never
parking,
met Jet, but I'm friends with Tim.
Automated elevator type, and fixed parking means you're actually allocated a spot instead of having to fight for our first come, first serve. So we were in the lobby, as you saw there, 8-meter high ceilings. It has EV chargers on the ground floor, meeting rooms, and now we're gonna have a look at the 9th floor facilities. So yeah, this is the 9th floor facilities, and what you saw earlier.
So far, it looks like a condo building that you could buy a 1-bedroom in for a third this price, to be fair.
Of the gym and the sauna was down that way, and we're now in the residence lounge area, and you can see that this condo has a very 5-star hotel, luxurious kind of feel with the marble lobby. I also want to point out that with 273 residential units here, there's 5 elevators for that. So that brings an elevator to unit ratio of around 55-1, which is pretty low. And the elevators are really fast and air conditioned. So that's one of the key features of a luxury condo. So we're gonna go out to the pool area, and I wanna say in advance that the condo, unbeknownst to me, is doing maintenance on the pool, so we can't fully show it all, but we'll give you an idea on how massive this Infinity Edge saltwater pool is. It's 8 meters wide and approximately 28
Melissa, was that the Spectre?
Long, so you can do some serious laps
here.
I
think that was the Spectre. Pineapple, correct.
And now we're on the 40th.
Pineapple has a very good point about air quality. That's one of the reasons I don't like living in Bangkok anymore, is because the air quality is so bad. I mean, this time of year, when it's raining, it's not that bad. But, man, December, January, and February, like, it's terrible, bro. Like, you are, like, choking. The air quality is so bad. Like it legitimately makes people sick. That's something you have to be very concerned about.
Floor
Later,
sky
Scott.
garden area, I think that's what they call it, where you can see very beautiful views of this city here.
There's no furniture up there.
There's really not much to say here. The place, this area just kind of speaks for itself. So I'll just take you around.
There's no
here
furniture. There's
and
no
just
nothing.
Take in the atmosphere here. The floor is a little bit wet because it's the rainy season and we literally just waited for the rain to stop. So you get to see all this fresh green grass here. This is real grass. Some condos, they put the artificial grass here. This is a nice area for you to sit. And then to my left is a private spa where you can book your own masseuse or hairdresser and just have your own space there.
That's cool.
And then
you don't see that in many condos.
Private onsen, Japanese-style bathhouse, but instead of it being a public bathhouse like they do in Japan, you book this privately and have your own space here.
Okay, so
and
that's
then I
pretty
walk
cool.
Out to
You don't
the
see that at most
barbecue
condos.
area. You have your counter here with a sink to prepare your food, and then there's a nice outdoor dining area here for you, your family.
But stuff like this, like the outdoor kitchen and the sky garden and stuff, you have this same thing in condos in Bangkok that are $500 a month, that you rent for $500 a month, or you can buy for 150,000 US dollars.
Family and your friends to enjoy this outdoor space with this wonderful view.
Joe,
Okay,
correct.
so we're now at the
that's
highest
definitely
point that
unique.
residents can be in this building, and that is the Sky Lounge. And this Sky Lounge is going to give you a 360-degree view of this entire city, and the fact that it's right in the middle here, you're going to get some very impressive views. So let's come over and admire it from each side. So starting with the east side this way, you can actually see Sukhumvit Road all the way down there. There's
Sick
the BTS
views.
line, and that's
The view is sick.
Asolk intersection
Wow.
down there. You can see Terminal 21. And then this way, south, is actually a very beautiful view. This is probably my favorite view right here because you get to see what I call the Central Park of Bangkok. So that's Benjekiti Park. You see there with that man-made lake. And then to the right of that lake is more green space. That used to be owned by the Tobacco Authority, and they've since extended it into this entire giant park.
Yeah, Joe,
That's why
people
I call
normally
it the
don't spend a
Central
lot
Park
of time in the
Bangkok.
pool.
It's
Thai
added
people
a
don't like
lot
sun.
of value to the city, and way beyond there, I don't know if the camera can see, is the Chao Phraya River. And then southwest, you see the One Bangkok complex that's popping up. And further down, you see the Mahanakhon building. Okay, so that was east, south. Okay, so this is west. So we're gonna go over to west, and you're gonna see some taller buildings over here. This is gonna go towards Plunjit and Chitlom BTS station, multinational companies. There's Central Embassy here. There's a lot of luxurious hotels and fine dining over here. And
So the thing about this Sky Lounge is, once again, just like the Sky Garden, you're going to get Sky Lounges just like this in pretty much almost every, like, you know, decent condo in Bangkok. We're talking about condos, again, that you're going to rent for $500 a month, condos that you're going to buy for $150,000 to $200,000. Whereas this condo is, they start at $1 million and go up to $3.5 million. The difference between this condo and other condos is because of where it's located, like literally in the heart of Bangkok in the Nana area. You're going to pretty much have 360-degree views of like epic city views. So, but, and the quality looks nice. Like the flooring looks nice. It looks like it's marble. The countertops look nice, but you know, man, I don't know.
in the evening when you come up here, this is gonna light up very beautifully. And so you have a conference table here that you can book this area for various purposes. There is a wine fridge over there, so you can bring your wine up and put it there.
Jaguar, what's up, dude?
Enjoy this view in the evening.
We're window
We even
shopping.
have a pool table over here, and that faces north here. You can't really see that much.
In case you
north,
want to
but
buy a
just to point out
$3.5
that,
million
in terms
condo
of what else is walking distance
in Nana,
here, there's Bumrungrad
window
International
shopping.
Hospital is just over there. That's a world-renowned hospital that you can walk to. And for those that want to send their kids to international school, there's also Nice International School that way, northeast, walking towards Asolk area. So you can see that this is very strategic located, prime location. So that was the Sky Lounge that we were just at. So we're back at the 40th floor garden area. So we're on the other side in this really impressive garden area. And before we go tour the actual condo units, I just wanted to talk about
brother. Not at this condo.
What makes a place a luxury condo? Because I know the word luxury is being thrown around a lot in Bangkok, and I certainly was guilty of that too, but there are actually certain standards that a condo should have, whether, I don't know if this is a written rule, but it kind of is like what people have agreed on. So first of all, it's the concept of exclusivity. So this condo has 273 units across 40 floors. That's pretty low density, and per floor, you start at 9 units per floor on the lower floors, and then as you go up, it decreases because the size of the unit increases. So that goes up to 3 units per floor. So that's very exclusive. Not to mention parking. A luxury condo needs to have more than enough parking, and this place has around 220 something percent parking. I may as well stand here to show you this really nice view. So the concept of exclusivity. And then there's the matter of amenities. So you just saw the range of 5-star level amenities.
It looks really high
this
quality.
Condo.
It does.
At condos that are not luxurious, you can see rooms start at 20, 30 something square meters, but the smallest room at this condo starts at 92 square meters. So the element of size definitely is important.
The smallest condo in this building is 92 square meters. I didn't expect that. That is like triple the price of the smallest condos in most buildings in Bangkok. Like the entry-level condo is going to be a studio that is going to be about 30 square meters. It's like basically the size of a hotel. The smallest condo in this building is 92 square meters. That actually makes this the pricing not so crazy because it's literally triple the size of many condos in Bangkok.
Too, and it goes up to the penthouse level of.
Ivan, what's up? Quality is not great, LOL. It just looks good from far away. Have you been to this condo, Ivan? Have you been in this condo? I've always wanted to go in this condo. This condo, they start at 30 million baht and go to what was it? They start at 30 million. Start at 32 million and go to 130 million. There's lots of condos in Bangkok and all over Thailand that have really great design and look really good, but the build quality isn't top notch. 32 million to 130 million, I would hope it's actually good quality, not just looks like a good
this
design.
Condo, and the build quality as well. The flooring that they use, the thickness of the walls, the air gapping between
Lane, I agree.
Levels. There's also the pane glass and the materials used in the units itself that are very high quality and luxurious.
Lane is saying even if I had the money, I wouldn't live there. Listen, man. If I had 32 million baht to buy a condo, you know what I would do? I would buy a 10 million baht condo in Pattaya. I'd buy a 10 million baht condo in Bangkok. And I'd buy a 10 million baht condo in like Chiang Rai. So I'd have a condo on the beach, a condo in the city, and a condo in the mountains. I would have 3 10 million baht condos instead of one 30 million baht condo. That's what I would do personally.
Feeling. And so that is what we're going to look at next. So we're actually going to go into the condo units.
I agree, Ivan. I agree 100%.
Tour and show you
I would never buy a condo
the
here.
Specs and the build quality that we're talking about there. We begin the unit tours of this condo with the starting size here, and that's 92 square meters.
92 square meters.
And
2 bedrooms.
This show unit On the 28th floor.
So you can't even buy a one bedroom at this
ready
condo.
To move in,
Wow.
asking 41 million baht. But similar units of this size in this building at various floors sold unfurnished, fully fitted, start at 32 million baht. So that's a bit better on your budget here. And they feature this great open plan.
So this particular unit is 41 million baht. But you can buy a unit that's not furnished for 32 million baht.
Plan layout that a lot of people like so they can entertain people visiting. It leads to this balcony that faces the north. 3-meter ceiling height.
Ivan, nice, you're in Manila.
And as I come into the kitchen, you're gonna see a nice island and countertops from durable quartz. Now both the fully furnished units and the unfurnished.
Ivan, go have dinner at Firefly. If you're in Makati, go have dinner at Firefly. But if you've not been to BGC, you got to go to BGC, bro. You got to go to BGC.
Units that are for sale in this building do come with what's called fitted furniture, fitted appliances, such as the 4-door fridge here, oven, induction stove, and extractors. That's included. These are by German brands Pog&Pol and Siemens. On this island here also comes equipped with a dishwashing.
Bro, look at this. Look at the door of the dishwasher. Do you see the door of the dishwasher? How gross it looks? And like, I mean, the fact that it has a dishwasher is shocking. I've literally never lived in a condo in Thailand that had a dishwasher. But are you seeing this? Like, could you imagine if you spent 41 million baht? That's like 1.1 million US dollars for an apartment, and your dishwasher looked like that? Yeah. Come on, bro. And another thing that's interesting is I've also looked, like I said, I've been fascinated with this building forever. Siemens is a good brand. It is a good brand for sure. But like, can you see like the stains and stuff all over it? I've never been able to find a condo for rent in this building. I don't think you can rent condos in this building either. I think I think the owners are not allowed to rent them out. It's like literally purchase only.
Machine. That's the entrance, and then I'm going to take you left here to the hallway that leads to the 2 bedrooms. First of all, to my right here is a utility room for your laundry and your storage. And I think this is a very nifty and practical feature.
That's
Usually
nice.
In other condos of this size, they would have this as a powder room, but I personally think that having this as a utility room like this is very practical for day-to-day use. So follow me into the 2nd bedroom. You have that same view facing north as well. Great fitted furniture, as you see, really has that luxurious hotel room kind of feel. And then
Joe, I agree.
Go into the
I'm not a big fan
bathroom.
of the design.
It's a 3-piece bathroom with appliances by Groa and Toto and Kosh. And it actually is a dual access bathroom. So that means you can come in from this side, your guests can use it as well, and the person occupying that room can use it. And then we're gonna go to the end of the hallway to the primary bedroom. To my right here is in this corner here is actually a nice walk-in closet with plenty of space. This here is a 4-piece bathroom with a shower, separate wet zone here with a hand shower and a rain shower up top. It also has a see-through bathtub with jacuzzi jets. And you'll notice the floors in the bedrooms here, they're of engineered teak wood. And the great thing about teak wood, and the ones that they use in this project are of at least 60 years old. The great thing, apart from this very classic Southeast Asian home kind of aesthetic, is that teak wood is very durable. The natural oils within the grain make it very easy to maintain, very solid.
Yeah.
It's also very water resistant. So when it rains or you spill something on it, it doesn't warp easily. And teak wood is also very insect resistant, and so it's very, very unlikely that you're gonna have a termite problem. These windows here, all in these units are triple pane, and that's very important because that's for maximum soundproofing and heat resistance outside. So you can see that this is a very spacious starting size unit with high quality materials and appliances, but I will say.
So here's the thing about this condo. Two things. One, somebody was saying Siemens is definitely not a luxury brand. In Thailand, it is 100% a luxury brand. Most condos that you get, having a dishwasher at all is a luxury thing in Thailand. That is 100% 5-star luxury. I have never once in my life lived in a condo in Thailand that had a dishwasher. And any type of brand that's an international brand, because of the import duty taxes and stuff like that, it's rare to see international brands in condos as far as stoves, refrigerators, stuff like that in Thailand. Also, the size of this place, again, 92 square meters is the smallest condo they offer in this building. Yeah. I mean, it's a massive condo for Bangkok. For Bangkok, the starting is 92 square meters. That's crazy to me. And it looks like the build quality is really, really nice on the condo for being a Bangkok condo, keeping things in perspective. But the design, I'm not a fan of the design. The design is very much like, I don't know, it looks very much like 2002 luxury. I don't like all the gold and brass and stuff like that. I would rather have just white walls and clean and modern, in my opinion. Now, some people maybe that are in the market to spend $1 to $3.5 million on a condo in Bangkok, they might like this design. Me personally, I like the more modern, clean look.
Say that
but
for some people, they may not like the fact that the 2 bedrooms here are close together. There may be privacy issues, but some people actually may not care because they might actually turn that other bedroom into an office. Sometimes for a lot of people, they actually like having a 2 bedroom as a 1 bedroom. They feel like that's a proper, comfortable 1 bedroom. And again, a lot of people really like this open plan here. It's very straightforward. It just naturally leads from the kitchen.
If you're buying property for an investment, it's better to buy in your home country as an investment
do some heavy
and
duty
rent
cooking,
here.
I think there might be that issue of the smoke spilling in, so they may want an enclosed kitchen. So the reason why I mentioned those things is for you to consider the pros and cons, and we're gonna look at the other units that have different layouts that may be more appropriate.
Marston, I don't think so.
147 square meter, 3 bedroom on the 35th.
147 square meter, 3 bedroom. 147 square meter. That is crazy, bro. That is 147 square meter. That is 3 times what? That is 42 times 3. That is 4 times the size of my condo. This is you can fit 4 of my condos in this condo.
Floor sold unfurnished, but with fitted furniture and appliances included, asking 54 million baht. And you see
54 million baht. So this condo, it's fitted, which means it has, refrigerator and stuff like that, but it doesn't actually have furniture.
3 bedroom on the 35th floor, sold unfurnished, but with fitted furniture and appliances included, asking 54 million baht.
54 million baht. I love how we're shopping for this. Like we actually had the money to buy this stuff. Well, oh, I don't know. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1.5 million US dollars.
And you see this open living room here, larger than the previous one that we saw, with a balcony. This time it faces east. Also has an open kitchen. See this open living room here, larger than the previous one that we saw, with a balcony.
That's the balcony you get for 1.5 million baht. I mean, really good view. Really good view. It's a shame that he ended up filming this on like a rainy day. If he could have filmed this with like really beautiful like blue skies, it would have looked a lot better.
This time it faces east.
That's
Also
the
has
balcony?
an open kitchen like this,
For
with the
1.5?
four-door fridge on this side,
Bruh.
with the island and the dishwashing machine, the oven and the induction stove. All this is still included with the unfurnished unit. And then you have this hallway set up with the 2 bedrooms on this end. They all both face the east, and they each have their own ensuite bathrooms. And this room, 2 bedrooms on this end. They all both face the east, and they each have their own.
The condo and the apartment that I live in right now, this is what my bathroom looks like. Like literally, this is exactly what my bathroom looks like. Where's this near Nana? What soy? Bro, it is. Look. This is the entrance to the Nana BTS. This is the entrance to the condo. Right here. 32 to 130 million baht. And we saw it earlier, right here. This walkway goes from the Nana BTS and goes directly into the condo. Yeah, there's the entrance exit to the Nana BTS. There's the condo. But my bathroom in my condo that I live in currently, that I pay $480 a month for, and that would sell for, I don't know, 150, 180,000 US dollars. My bathroom looks exactly like this.
Ensuite bathrooms. And this room here also has an extra power
Stagwar. That's why we're watching this video. I've walked past it a million times, and I've always wondered what it looks like.
And then
that's why we're watching this video. Exactly.
Because I want to show you the master bedroom, because the potential issue of the previous room was that the 2 bedrooms were close to each other, right? So
oh, they still say master bedroom in Thailand. You can't say master bedroom anymore in the US. That's racist.
This one, the master is on this side of the room. So you have a great large walk-in closet over there, a 4-piece bathroom with a see-through bathtub with a jacuzzi. And then coming over here, the view right here, if you join me right to the edge of the window here, is quite spectacular.
The flight simulation experience says complete ripoff. So, listen, I would never buy this condo. I would never buy this. I would never buy this. Again, I said if I had the money, I would buy a condo in the mountains, a condo in Bangkok, and a condo on the beach. Or I'd buy a baller villa on the beach. But I want you guys to keep this into perspective, right? Bangkok is the capital city of Thailand. It is a mega city with like 15 million people. So this condo is 140 square meters. If you buy a 140 square meter condo in the heart of New York City, which is the capital of the US, or the heart of London, or the heart of Sydney, or any major capital city in the world that has 10 million plus people, if you buy this condo in one of those cities at this size, what would it cost there? In Bangkok, it costs 1.5 million. What would it cost in New York, London, or Sydney? I mean, 8, 10 million? You know, you have to look at this from every different angle. Would I buy this? No. Hell no. There's no way I would buy this. Even if I had the money, I wouldn't buy it. Again, I would either spend that amount of money on a crazy baller beach villa, or if I wanted to live in condos, I would buy 3 different condos. I'd buy one in the mountains, I'd buy one in Bangkok, and I'd buy one on the beach. But let's keep things in perspective. What would this cost in New York? Crazy, bro. It would be crazy.
Because you have the view of the east. You see the BTS line going all the way to Seoul here. And then if you come around this way.
Oh, yeah.
If you can
Ivan is Russian, and he's correcting me. I'm sorry. New York is not a capital. DC is the capital. Ivan's not even American. He's not. Yeah. Oopsie. Hey man, that's what I get for being educated in the U.S.
You can see over there towards south, you actually can see that green patch over there. That's Benjakiti Park that I mentioned earlier was the central park of Bangkok. So yeah, this is a really spectacular, precious view here. And that's one of the selling points of this unit on the high floor, 35th floor. And I think a lot of people will appreciate the fact that the master bedroom is on the other side of the unit, divided by the living room. And I think a lot of people will also like the fact that there's your open kitchen for your light entertaining, and then your heavy duty cooking can be inside over there.
I'm just keeping it real.
However,
you have to keep things in perspective.
Square meters, I'm not quite sure if this would actually be the size where people would want to have a live-in made. Maybe, but maybe it will probably be a larger unit. So that is what we're gonna see next.
Ivan says, imagine his commission for selling one of them. Listen, if one of you guys are interested in buying one of these, I'm not a real estate agent here, but I will sell you one because I will take the commission. So, yeah, the next one is apparently we're seeing a larger unit. And so just like what Stagwar said he has walked past this place a million times and he was always interested in what it looked like. That's why we're watching this. Because I've been fascinated with this building for years because, again, I've said this multiple times in this live stream. It was the first time I walked past a condo in Thailand and I went, oh my God, they're asking how much for this condo? And it just blew my mind. I looked on Airbnb, tried to find a place on Airbnb. I looked on all the rental websites to try to find one for rent just because I was curious of what it looked like. And you were never able to find anything. There's no buildings, no units in this building for rent. They're all only for sale.
And we're now at a 203 square meter, 3-bedroom on the 28th.
203 square meter. 203 square meter. I just noticed there's like chapters in this video. Good job, Jet. 203 square meter, 3-bedroom. 2.2 million US dollars.
Floor, and this show unit is for sale with furniture included, asking 91 million.
I bet this place rents for $1,500 a month.
The lower floor is asking 81 million baht, and that one is sold without furniture. So as I come in from the entrance, you have this dedicated shoe closet here where now I feel obligated to have a shoe collection to fill it up. And then when you come this way,
if you're a hype beast,
it opens up
this is for you. They have a shoe closet
living room area
for all your Air Force Ones. For the guys that own 20 different pairs of Air Force Ones,
and
this is where you need to live.
Storage, large dining area for an entire family and your guests with a balcony. Now, what's really special about this type of unit is that it's on the very end of the building, and it takes up an entire side. So you have north, east, and south exposure.
That's
Plenty
cool.
of natural light coming in. Note that there's no west side, which is usually the side that people don't really want because it's the hottest in the afternoon. So you see this kitchen here. Coming to this side is one of the bedrooms that faces the north, and it comes with
your
its
flip-flop collection.
Great ensuite bathroom. Now, I said that open plan kitchens here are really good for entertaining, but it can sometimes not be the most practical for heavy duty cooking, and that's why this unit has a closed kitchen here. And it also has a separate entrance for your chef, for your maid, plenty of storage. There's also a maid's room and another balcony to hang laundry. So I think at
Bro, I'll live in the maid's room.
203 square meters, I think this starts to make sense where you may want to have a live-in maid, and there's a dedicated area for that. And we turn around this side here, and you have this living room with they felt like it was important to give us 5 TVs here to demonstrate how large this wall is. I mean, why not? You can have your show on, your wife can have her show on, your kids can play video games, and everyone is gonna be happy.
The toilet doesn't have a bum gun. It probably has the one that sprays your butthole from inside the toilet. It has a built-in bum gun.
That electricity bill is not gonna run itself, so there you have it. And then you come into this hallway here, and to my left is the powder room for your guests. And then behind me here is the other bedroom that faces that beautiful view. Also comes with its 3-piece ensuite. But I'm gonna show you what's very special about this unit is this spectacular master bedroom with that beautiful teak.
It looks nice. I just don't like the design. The dark hardwoods with like the padded cream walls and all like the gold and brass trim and everything. I just don't I don't like the design personally.
Engineered wood floor, and look at this view here. This faces
Joe, I agree.
okay. This faces south, and you get to see all that green space there. That's Benjakiti Park, Bangkok's Central Park, and that's really wonderful to wake up and see all this green space. And that way you have a large walk-in closet, a desk here for your makeup and all, and a luxurious 4-piece bathroom with a built-in bathtub with a view. So yeah, this room, damn, very impressive. Takes up one whole side of the building, so you're gonna have maximum privacy, no neighbors. I don't know what else to say about it. Maybe you can turn the shoe cabinet into another room, or maybe this other bedroom is close to the master, but that's really just raising random issues up. So yeah, very impressive. Also impressive is this condo overall. I feel like the location is unbeatable in downtown Bangkok. It has that direct ramp onto the BTS. That is priceless amenity. The facilities and amenities are massive, and considering the low density nature of this condo, you're gonna get some very good privacy, and the units themselves are very well built, spacious with very high quality materials and appliances. I guess the cons is, I don't know, some people might make fun of you for living in Nana, but who cares, right? This is a great strategic location that you can go around town, and you can say that the price is quite high, but again, like, there is no other comparison in this area. If you want this type of condo in this neighborhood with these facilities, it's kind of unmatched. So if you're looking for a condo in Bangkok, you can see the link in the video description, or go to my website and our team can help you find a property that fits your needs.
My final thoughts is this. One, it is very expensive. It is very, very expensive. For Thailand, it is extremely expensive. For Thailand, it's extremely expensive. And it doesn't make sense. On the flip side, if you were to buy this type of condo, this size of condo in any other major city with 10 million plus people around the world, I think it would be significantly more expensive. The sizes, the fact that the smallest condo is like triple the size of most normal condos in Bangkok, the fact that the materials look like they are high quality materials, but I personally just don't like the design of the units. Again, I think all like the gold and brass and like padded walls and the really dark wood floors, it's just not my style. Also, if you're living long term in Bangkok, you want to live in Thong Lo, Ekimai, On Nut, Bang Na, Lat Prao. The last place you want to live as a long term expat in Thailand is in Nana. You will be treated like a tourist. You will be overcharged. You will be harassed by ladyboys. You will have Africans trying to sell you cocaine. It is not a lifestyle that you want to live long term. Uh, who buys these units? I'm not sure. I would be very interested to see what the rate is for how many of these sold. Is it 50% full? Is it 75% full? Is it 20% full? I would be very interested to see. I would be very interested to see, how many people actually live in this building. My guess is that this building is owned by the vast majority of the units in this building are owned by very wealthy Chinese, Korean, and Japanese people that don't actually live in the building. That maybe they come to Bangkok once or twice a year and they bought this condo as a quote unquote investment property that they can stay in when they visit Thailand. And they just didn't know any better as far as other neighborhoods in Bangkok that you can live in where you can get higher quality condos at a cheaper price and offers a better lifestyle for long term living. That's my opinion. Again, if you were to buy this size condo of this quality condo in pretty much any other city in the world that has 10 plus million people, um, I think you would pay significantly more. New York, London, Sydney, I think this condo's 5, 10 million US dollars. I think it's double to quadruple the price. But that doesn't mean it makes sense to purchase this condo. If I was spending millions of dollars, I would build a baller villa on the beach with parking for all of my cars. That's just my opinion. Jay says YouTubers misrepresent. I love Thailand. When I was there in March, April, I looked at some houses. They try and fool you with old people flexes, but the reality is the build quality is crap. Jay, I appreciate the $20 super chat. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. And everything that you said in that comment is straight up facts. And this is the reason why I tell people to always rent in Thailand and do not buy. The only time I would suggest buying in Thailand is it has to be a very particular set of circumstances. You have to be a multi millionaire. You have to have a relationship with a Thai woman that you've been with for a decade plus and that you literally trust with your life, not just your life, but your life savings. And you have to build from scratch. You have to have a very trusted developer to design and build you a villa the exact way you want to build that villa. If you are not a multimillionaire who has been married to a Thai woman that you trust with your livelihood for 10 plus years, and you're not willing to build a villa yourself, my advice is always to rent. And because exactly what Jay said, the build quality here, I've said this for years. If you move into a condo in Thailand and it has a fountain out front of that condo, and that fountain breaks, that fountain is now a pond. It will never be a fountain ever again because they will not fix that fountain. That fountain is now a pond. For the rest of the time you live there, it's a pond, not a fountain. Because things break, and when they break, they don't repair them. I mean, this guy came to this condo building, which has units in there that are $3.5 million, and the pool was drained and empty. They said the pool was under maintenance. How long has that pool been under maintenance? If I had to bet, that just wasn't a 1 day thing. My bet is that pool has probably been empty for a month because that's just the way things work. So it is what it is. Anyway, guys, that was my opinion on Q Succumbent 1, a condo building that I've been fascinated about in Bangkok for years. I hope you guys enjoyed the video that Jet made. If you want to see more condo tours, go hit up Jet's channel. I'll leave a link in the description of this live stream. But I got stuff to do. It is Friday here. I will not be live this weekend because I'm headed to Bangkok to film a video. But I will catch you guys Monday. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here on this live stream. But I'm out. See you guys later.